நியூஸ்ல இருக்கான்னு பாத்துட்டேன் மைக்கும் கேமரா.
ஆமா அது தெரியும் பாத்துருக்கேன்.
A warm good morning to everyone. Please wait a moment. The meeting will start at 10:30 sharp.
எனக்கு போகவேடா மெயில் எனக்கு வரலையேடா. மெயில்ல வரலையேடா. அந்த லிங்க் இல்லைன்னா எனக்கு ஷேர் பண்றியாடா?
மெயில்ல இருந்து தான் போனேன்.
எனக்கு வாட்ஸ்அப் தாண்டா வந்தது.
அது போக அதுல ப்ளூ கலர் லிங்க் வரலையே. இந்த பாரு மெயில் வந்துச்சு.
அது கொஞ்சம் எனக்கு ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க.
எப்படி அப்படியே ஃபார்வர்ட் பண்ணட்டுமா?
மெயில் இல்லைன்னா எல்லாம் அங்க வர சொன்னாங்க லேபுக்கு.
அதான் ஒருத்தரையும் காணோம். சரி இந்த பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு எப்படி ஆன் பண்ணி விட்டு சொல்லி கொடுத்துட்டு வந்துடலாம்.
காலை லீவா?
இல்ல
மேம் மீனகா மேம் மேம் யூ ஆர் ஆன் அன்மியூட் மேம்.
Dictymon married to HR department.
ஃபைனல் இயர்னா கும்பமாட்டின்னு வந்துட்டாங்க. கொடுத்துட்டு போவான்டா கொடுத்துருப்பான். என் மூஞ்சிலே முடிக்காத ஓடு. கொடுத்துட்டு போ ஓடு. மூஞ்சில பாக்குறதே பாவம்டா. முதல்ல நாய்க்கெல்லாம் போய் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணீங்க பாருங்க. இந்த தடவை சொன்னே எடுத்துருவான். ஏன் இன்னெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு வர மாட்டீங்களா? ஏன் எங்க இது ஐடி கார்டு இந்தா உங்களெல்லாம் மரியாதை நடத்துறோம்ல, அதனாலதான் அந்த திமிரு வந்துருக்கு. திமிரு போ எல்லாம் முடியெல்லாம் வெட்டிட்டு வா. எல்லாம் பண்ணாதான் உனக்கு நான் ஒண்ணும் பண்ண முடியும். போவான் டெக்கின்
7150. அதுல 2 பேர் அந்த லாங் ஆப்ஷன்டையும் சேர்த்து லாங் ஆப்ஷன்
வேற ஏதாவது தெரிஞ்சிருக்கு நீங்க சார் எக்ஸாம் ஃபீஸ் கட்டிங்க
7150.
7150 அவ்வளோ கட்ட வேண்டியிருக்கா?
இல்ல 2 பேர் வந்து லாங் ஆப்ஷன் டீச்சிங் சேர்த்து ஹரீஷும் ராகுலும்
அவனை
அவங்க சேர்த்து வந்து
சரி
நிவேதன்றவனுக்கு 250 ரூபா தான் எக்ஸாம். மீதி இருக்க 2 பேருக்கு 3450.
சரி சார் இது டியூஷன் ஃபீஸு
டியூஷன் ஃபீஸ் ஆமா அதுவும் இவங்க 3 பேர் தான் இருப்பாங்க. வீடு
டியூஷன் ஃபீஸ்ல 250 ரூபா நான் கட்டாம இருக்கானா?
இல்ல எக்ஸாம் ஃபீஸ்
இதான் எக்ஸாம் ஃபீஸே கட்டாம இருக்கானா ஒரு பையன்? ஏன் 250 ரூபா
சொல்லிட்டு பெனால்டி கட்டாம வராது.
இது வந்து என்னைக்கு டேட் சார் ஆசாம்? இன்னைக்கு டேட்டா போட்டுக்கோங்களா 25 வளர்ச்சி இல்லை. தள்ளி விடுறாங்க.
இந்த போன வச்சிருக்கவா மேம்? மேல போற எடுத்து போட்டா சரி சரி. இல்ல இண்டக்ஷன் போட்டாங்க இன்விடேஷன்
ஆயிடுச்சு. இனிமேல் நமக்கு அதுக்கு சம்மந்தம் கிடையாது.
கோமதி மேம், கோமதி மேம் இங்க ரெடியா இருக்காங்க.
அது எப்படியோ ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. அதனால எல்லாத்தையும்
டியூஷன் ஃபீஸு
ஒரு நிமிஷம் 3 பேருக்கு வந்து தனியா நோட் பண்றாங்க. மீதியெல்லாம் கட்டிட்டேன்.
சேவ் ஆயிடுச்சு. டியூஷன் ஃபீஸு 1,08,870. சரி இது டோட்டல் டிமாண்ட் எவ்வளவு தெரியுமா? ஏற்கனவே போட்ட டோட்டல் டிமாண்ட் தான் இருக்கும். இது இனி கழிச்சிட்டோம்னா நமக்கு கலெக்ஷன் எவ்வளவு தெரியும் அதானே? சரி நான் அது பார்த்துக்கிறேன். அம்மா அதுக்கு மேல கொஞ்சம் சாப்பிட கூட விட மாட்டேங்க. உடனே கொடுங்க உடனே கொடுங்க.
माझे 2-4 इंटरव्ह्यू होते, मी चेक करतो, सांगतो.
अभी त्याच्यात ते प्लेसमेंटचं डिपॉझिट जास्त कशात असतं?
Good morning to one and all. Hello.
प्लेसमेंट बजेट कशामध्ये असते? इंटर्नशिप आणि प्लेसमेंट पण नाही बघ.
Good morning to one and all. I am Bhavana from
875 ची.
Certification Private Limited, Chennai. Welcome you all for today's session. We have 20 years of legacy of operations. We provide support to higher education institutes across the nation for getting accreditation under NAAC and NBA. We provide support for NIRF also. We guide the HEIs in updating the deemed university status and complying with other statutory requirements.
बरं कॅलेंडर लागले असते ना.
We provide training in NABL, NABH, FDP, VAC, and quality tools. We also support HEI's format, MOUs, securing consulting funding, and establish tie-ups with international university. PSQC is well-established professional research and development organization supported by highly qualified, devoted, and experienced professionals focuses on achieving quality. For today's webinar on implementation of NAAC binary system by Dr. Yogesh Kumar Sharma. We are honored to welcome our today's speaker for the webinar. Dr. Yogesh Kumar Sharma is distinguished accommodation with 37 years of experience, having significantly contributed to higher education and research. 6 of his PhD students have successfully been awarded their doctorates under his guidance. Dr. Sharma has held prestigious positions including Vice Chancellor at Singhana University and Dean of multiple schools of law and management at various universities. His leadership as principal of St. Motilal College led to its NAAC A grade accreditation. Internationally recognized, Dr. Sharma has served as reviewer of institutions such as Illinois University, USA, and has been affiliated with numerous global academic bodies, including as an affiliate professor at Haifa University, Israel. His enterprise in education quality has led him to work with accreditation agencies across Russia, America, Kazakhstan, and several other countries. He has been assessor for NAAC, evaluating nearly 20 higher education institutions as chairperson. Dr. Sharma is also prolific researcher, having presented papers at international conferences in countries such as the UK, Canada, and Korea. His research primarily focuses on benchmarking and quality enhancement in higher education. In addition to his academic roles, Dr. Sharma has been contributed to various national and international boards, including the Union Public Service Commission and state-level Quality Assurance Cell in Rajasthan. His global membership include the European Association for International Education and the American Cancer Society University. Dr. Sharma holds a PhD in Commerce from the University of Rajasthan and has published several books, including titles on environmental issues and tourism. Once again, I am happy to welcome you, sir. You can take over the session now.
Good morning to all the participants. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Fine, thank you. So, welcome to all the participants online and offline. And I've been fortunate enough that I'm speaking from a very prestigious University of India, Guru Kashi University. So welcome to the offline participant as well. The topic is an emerging development in NAAC accreditation process. You'll be changing the screen? Next slide, please. Yes. So there are both type of participants who are going to enter in the NAAC process and who are already in the NAAC process.
Sir, please share your screen, sir.
Can you see the screen?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you see the screen now, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir. Dr. Joe here. Yes, sir. We are able to see very clearly.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So we know the NAAC is an accreditation agency and it is an autonomous and created by UGC to assess the higher education institution across the India. And government is giving more and more importance through various measures. It is connected with the quality, it is collected with the benchmarking, and it develops a trust among the stakeholders. Because nowadays you cannot judge an university through only website. So once it is a good NAAC accreditation, stakeholders can trust it. Then what has been quality enhancement is a continuous process. In US, chia has 85 accreditation agencies under its umbrella. Because one process cannot be fit for everyone. So NAAC is also doing it, some separate manuals for medical education, separate manual for Sanskrit education, colleges, affiliated colleges, autonomous colleges. So this is an ongoing process. Now, why this recent update? Fortunately, I have been associated with many international accreditation agencies like ABET, like QA. So around the globe, there are 10 parameters and we were having 7 parameters. So to align with the global accreditation system, now NAAC has aligned with the 10 criteria. These criteria are not new actually. These are subdivision of existing criteria, giving some importance to some particular criteria. Likewise, in the coming time, appointment of teacher is going to be one of the major criteria of assessment. Otherwise, it was assessed in a passing reference. Because the NAAC believes that quality of the teacher is the main thing for any change or for any quality enhancement. So now this, instead of 7, there are 10 parameters, and it motivates to enhance the quality, and more or less, it is also going to make implementation of NEP very effective. Next slide, please. So NAAC has a specific criteria for assessment process. Any state, central, deemed to be university, autonomous college, affiliated college, even colleges which are not affiliated but approved by AICT. These colleges come under the purview of NAAC assessment. So if university affiliation is not a mandatory thing, if you have any accreditation from AICT or PCI, you can have an independent college and you can be part of the NAAC assessment. Next, please. NAAC has a statutory recognition, and even all regulatory bodies which are independent otherwise, AICT, UGC, BCI, PCI, NMC, all recognize it. And the basic condition of entering the NAAC process is that it must have 6 years of operation or minimum 2 batches pass out. And in addition to that, HEI must have at least 2 disciplines of the field of study. And for autonomous and constant colleges, it is 3 programs for UG, PG at doctorate level. Next slide, please. Recently, a new committee was established to match the NAAC standard with the global standards. So Dr. Radhakrishnan committee was formed. And based on its recommendation, there are 2 systems of accreditation. One is the binary accreditation, second is the maturity-based credit accreditation. My offline friends here who must have participated in the QA preparation, we know that before going QA accreditation, they have 2 rounds. One is exclusive online, and second is peer team based. So the binary accreditation is not for the already NAAC, all the institutions who are already in the NAAC process. Binary accreditation is for the new institutions who will be entering the process first time. And the reason is for this binary accreditation, because when any institution enters, it comes under the pressure of grades, what grade they will get. So to ease out the pressure, NAAC has introduced a binary accreditation. So binary accreditation does not give you the grade. It gives accredited, not accredited, 2 status it gives. And second, the maturity-based graded institutions, which are already in the NAAC process. Though maturity-based graded accreditation manual is not finalized. So whenever it will be finalized till that date, their accreditation will continue. It may end as per the parameters, but till it is not introduced, their accreditation status will continue. But here I want to aware of the binary accreditation. Actually, binary accreditation, though it does not give you the grade, but that's why there some people, what they do, once it is not giving the grade, they take it lightly. But the other part is, once you submit your data in the binary accreditation, your data freezes. You cannot change at the later date. So my submission is, when you are entering the binary accreditation, please be as serious as you are entering in the main NAAC process. Otherwise, you will be loser once they assess you on the basis of 5 years, because already 2 years data you have submitted. So my submission is binary accreditation must be taken as seriously as the original NAAC process. Next, please. Binary accreditation is implemented. The way it is implemented, that new applications have not been entertained now as per the old process. Though even the binary system is not fully mature, what I am going to show you, even still it is not finalized, it is under process. And deliberately I put certain matrix with the deleted. So it is not final, but it is almost 95% final. So based on that, you can make your preparations. It is at the stage of final review. So new HIs will come under the binary system, and who are already accredited will come under the maturity-based grade accreditation. Now the question arises, institutions who are going to enter in the second, means a maturity-based grade accreditation, how this presentation is going to be useful for them. It is going to be useful in that way that in the maturity-based grade accreditation, they will add only QLMs. It is QNM. So more or less, the parameters will be same. So through this presentation, we shall be able to understand how the weightage has been changed and what new criteria has been introduced. So even that will help us in making the preparations, because when you will suddenly enter in the next cycle, you have to fill up your information as per the maturity-based grade accreditation. So from that, now we can prepare our data, we can prepare our quality strategy based on the new upcoming parameters. Next. Next slide, sir. binary accreditation. Institution is awarded, accredited, not accredited. If CGPA is 2, you are accredited. We know that otherwise there are so many parameters. A plus, A++, B++. There are so many stages where you have to prove yourself. But here you have only 2 things. If you get 2, you are accredited. Not otherwise, you are not accredited. If you are 1.5 between and 2, you are provisionally accredited. You can again submit. And once you are not accredited, suppose an institution enters the binary accreditation and it does not get the accreditation, it can offer itself for the reassessment after 6 months preparation. So this is how binary accreditation comes. Yes, next please. So binary accreditation is the one stage. Second is for the institution which are already in the NAAC process. So they have made some changes in the nomenclature, otherwise more or less things are same. Here we are saying it's a B+, B++, A++. Now they have changed with this emerging institutions, developing institutions, establishing institutions, advanced institutions, and institution of global excellence. Though it's who will come under level 1, who will come under level 2 to 5, it has not been finalized by the NAAC. But more or less it will be like there's a 2.5, 3, 3.5, something like that. So grading system, the nomenclature is same, no, is different, but the parameters will be more or less same. Next, please. One thing which is a normal problem with particularly with the private universities, we don't have a standard format of the data. Data submitted to BCI may be different what you submit to the PCI, what you submit to the AISHA, you are submitted to the NAAC, you are submitted to the NBA. But now onwards, one country, one data platform. So certain information they will fetch from the system. When you will start filling the form, you will find information already filled. So my submission is, and we know that the NAAC has different requirement, NB has a different requirement, NIRF has a different requirement. So when you are submitting your AISHA form, please think 100 times before submission of the data, because this will be base for the NAAC, NBA, PCI, everyone to cross-check. Faculty number, faculty qualification, student number, programs allowed, all things will be taken from the system. When you start entering the form, you will find 40% information already filled, which you can't edit. So AISHA is going to be very, because it is the mother of all data. So they will do, first thing, the AISHA will be the base. Then they will do the cross-checking, what you submit to the UGC, what you submit to the AICT. So based on that, if any data discrepancy is found, it will be inexcusable and it will be automatically detected. Now in the new process, they are going to introduce professionals also. Up till now, the teachers were participating in the assessment process, but in the coming days, people from the industry may also participate. And they are trying to evolve a system where your stakeholders can verify your data. For example, for submission of data, even today it is applicable, you have to upload that information on the website. So on the website, your stakeholders can cross-check the information. So this data will be verified by the government, by the system, and it will be verified by your stakeholders also. So data is to be very accurate and well thought. And what is happening till now? What we do, sir, in DV we submit certain information, and many institutions take chance. I submitted 80 certificates, DV rejects 20, accepts 60. And if I have submitted the wrong submit, I accept it. But now onwards, what they're proposing. And second thing, institution has no moral responsibility for the data it has submitted. If DV changes, otherwise we should fight out that. But when the DV changes, we admit because we know some information is not proper. But now onwards, if your information you cannot prove, suppose DV questions something and you withdraw your comment, your data, it will have a heavy penalty. So please submit only those documents which are very well thought, very valid. Otherwise, there's a tendency people to take chance, submit the DV. DV accepts is okay. If reject, we shall accept it. But now say it is your moral and legal responsibility when you are submitting a data and any evidence, it must be substantial, it must be accurate. Next. Next, please. Now they have devised in the process. Anyway, they have said like an industry, your outcome depends on the input and the machines on which you work. Process. So your curriculum design, and these 10 are the new parameters. Earlier we had 7 parameters. Faculty resource was not a parameter. Then student outcome was a part of a parameter. Research and innovations were working with the criteria 10. So giving importance to the research, giving importance to the SDG goals, giving information, giving weightage to the faculty quality. They have made separate criteria for it. So you can very well understand the mood of the accreditation agencies. These are going to be our prime focus. So the input is the curriculum design, quality of faculty resource, and infrastructure. That is an input. Then process. Process is a teaching learning process, curriculum engagements, governance and administration. And then outcome is a student outcome, research and innovation outcomes, and sustainability goals. So this is how they have defined the NAAC process. Next slide, please. In the coming days, the more weightage will be on outcome-based education. This year, last year, I had gone for a bet for a training in US. It is exclusively outcome-based curriculum, outcome-based education. So, particularly the universities have the responsibility to prepare their own POs, PSOs, and COs. Affiliated colleges have nothing to do with that because their POs, PSOs are defined by their affiliating university. But so a good awareness must be among the students, among the teachers. First, how to finalize your POs, then attainments, then corrective measures. So it is going to be full exercise. Then second is a stakeholders participation. So participation of the students, teachers, employers, alumni, entrepreneurs. So my suggestion is, as far as possible, we can include these stakeholders in our BUS and ACs to justify. And what I always say, that in the minutes of any academic body, participation of stakeholders must be recorded. That they were not only present, they had the active participation. Then the curriculum flexibility. So university can think of being a leader or torchbearer under it, like ME, multiple entry, multiple exit. It is not that once you enter a course, it becomes a bottleneck for you. Suppose you are doing MBA. After 6 months, you want to leave. Your 6 months study should not go waste. After 1 semester, I'm just giving an example, ultimately the university has to decide. We can give them a certificate of the management after 6 months. After 1 year, if he wants to leave, we can give him a diploma. Likewise, we can form some integrated courses like BTech MBA. anyone can enter this course after doing BTech from somewhere else. It is a multiple entry point. Multiple exit is, I don't want to go with the MBA. After 4 years, I leave the course and I get the BTech degree. So now it is not a binding on the students. They have many entry points and many exit points. Academic Bank of Credit. I think everyone is aware of this. Now it is a, so every admission has to be recorded. So this is an ABC. Then elective, optional, dual degrees, tuning programs, education in mother tongue. Particularly institutions, actually education in mother tongue is a big challenge, but the NEP focuses on it. So at least the universities who are working on the online and offline education, what has been my observation in my previous inspections, they expect your some courses to be in the mother language. It could be in the, if you are Punjab, it could be in your Gurumukhi or it could be in Hindi. So means it should not be totally rely on the English. So regional language should be promoted. So we can have some programs in regional languages also to showing the inclusion of NEP objectives. Then accreditation of EC and CC. EC is in extracurricular activities and CC is a co-curricular activities. Sometimes when we talk of the results, the famous terminology is a bookworm. Bookworm is a person who simply gives good exams, get good score, but does not participate in any of the activities. Now they want to give credit for these also. So it is with the aim that a student must have an overall development. So it is still under the process, but we can plan that as a university that how we are going to credit the EC and CC participation. Then engagements, inter-institution credit transfers. This inter-institution transfers need not to be necessarily with the foreign university. Even some Indian universities can make a system that they can have the credit transfer system. Because once you are under, you come under AIU, your credit transfer is easy. Because with the foreign university, you have to wait their curriculum. It may be somewhat technical. Because if this globalization goes well, there will be certain agencies which will decide the equalization. Then practical and industry focus. We know that in the NEP, project or internship has been made mandatory. So there's no choice. We have to find projects and internship for all the students. Thank you. Next slide. Practical and skill orientation training. This has been deleted because why I'm saying this? Because this is still in the process. So previously they were talking of NSQF alignment, but they found it difficult. So now they are focusing on SWAYAM and other recognized platforms. So you have to, every institution has to strengthen its own LMS. So now the participation in the SWAYAM and other platforms will have a credit. So it will affect the university or college grading also. So we have to ensure that students have a maximum participation in SWAYAM and other recognized platforms. I think some people need to unmute.
Sir, please share the screen, sir.
Okay, madam. Yes, please.
Okay, sir.
Amandeep Kaur.
So, SWAYAM courses are going to be focused now. And then the frequency of curriculum revision, program and courses in the last 3 years. It will carry 10 marks because in the dynamic world, curriculum cannot be static. So it does not mean deliberate overhauling of the curriculum. It must be well thought, well reasoned change. But the purpose is there must be no static curriculum. It should change with the timings and with the developments. Then Indian knowledge system. It is highly focused by NAP. So they have certain parameters they have given. We can frame certain courses, workshop, and seminars. But it is an era of AI. So my suggestion is when you are organizing any workshop on research or IKS, its nomenclature must have that IKS or research methodology or something. So because it catches from the keywords. So we can have some certificate courses also. Then in our curriculum also, we can add some component of IKS. Likewise, I'm a student of management, I'm a student of economics, so I know that contribution of Chanakya. So we can find our contribution in the knowledge. This can be part of the curriculum. Then promotion of students' project and research on IKS. So, and which is not covered, but I want to add here. UGC is regularly organizing IKS trainings. So the faculty can join this IKS training and they can become IKS mentors. So while going for assessment, it will have a weightage on you. Next, please. Next, please.
Sir, can I have one doubt here? Hello.
Faculty quality. Now you must be aware that faculty quality was taken as in a passing reference in the previous system. But now they talk of cadre-wise faculty strength. It should not be that there's no academic leaders, only assistant professors. So there must be a cadre-wise faculty strength. And it will be possible only once you introduce your career advancement system of the UGC. Then you will have associate professors, then you will have professors. Then doctoral degree will carry more weightage now. And average experience, retention. So somewhere else you will find how to retain the faculty. So now the welfare scheme of the faculty is also one of the important metrics. Deliberately, I did not remove these two things. I've mentioned only the deleted. Why? Initially, pay and allowances were also considered, but by the private players, it was opposed. But it shows the intention of the government. In the coming days, these could be the one of the benchmark, pay and allowances of the teachers, or gender equity. But still, by now it has not been considered, but in future it may come. So while deciding the HR policies, we should be ready for this. The gender diversity, geographic diversity. Yes, it is a big thing to come. In coming days, I think the men will seek reservation in the jobs. And what is happening normally, actually, you learn outside. So what institutions are doing, they are organizing their own FDPs. But we understand it. FDP attended outside has more exposure. So in the coming days, they are going to consider AICT, UGC, ARPIT, and other outside FDPs, open FDPs. The faculty should be organized for these type of trainings and FDPs. Next, please. Faculty retention. It has not been considered here, but you cannot get rid of it while you are going to NIRF. It is a very, very important criteria. So institutions should plan how to increase the retention of the faculty. Faculty student ratio, undoubtedly, it is one of the important component. Next, please. physical infrastructure. So they've given the long list of the physical infrastructure. It is exhaustive but not complete. You can add many more things in this. Likewise, we have not added something here, child care centers or something. So we must have sufficient physical infrastructure for academic activities. Quality of labs is also important, though it is not mentioned here. But when the QLM will come, here you are talking of the physical count. In the QLM, we shall talk about the quality of the labs. Then library is taken as a very, very important component. So average expenses on purchase of books, language lab is also considered part of library. Then consortia membership, subscription and digital resources added to the library. We can think of allowing our neighboring institution to participate in our labs and library. We can have this type of, we can make a consortium. Some labs I can use from other universities, some other universities can. So we should plan in a way that we can, it's not a time of optimum, it is a time of maximum use of resources. So it is talking of consortia membership. You can invite outside members also to the library. Then IT infrastructure. Then effective learning management system. Learning management system is not mature in many of the institutions, but it is going to be one of the parameters. Then virtual classrooms, because in many medical colleges particularly, they can have the virtual operation theaters. In zoology, they don't allow now the physical experiments. So we can have a good number of virtual classrooms where yes, dissection and other things. Then computer. Another thing is a licensed software. Unlicensed software for an institution is inexcusable. So my submission is, at least to that extent, we must be honest. Softwares which are related to our curriculum, at least, must be licensed. Because whenever I go for any NAAC visit, I always ask the bills and the list of software they are using. So licensed softwares is also one of the prime need of IT infrastructure. Next, please. Research resources. Again, it is related to the library. E-library, e-journals, e-Shodh, e-Sindhu, Shodh Ganga, database, plagiarism check. There are certain softwares which are approved by the UGC. We should use those softwares. Discipline specific simulation softwares. Suppose the management education or Harvard Business School allows you to use their simulation on certain charges. It may be with engineering also. So we should find out the softwares which are because now the labs are going to be simulation labs. Then Divyangjan facility, friendly facilities. I suggest we must have all facilities which make the entire campus accessible to Divyangjan. It should be, whether it's a ramp, it's a library, or it's a signage, it is a braille information in the library, human assistance, I think scribes everyone is getting. So these we have to ensure. Then innovation resources. Availability of the innovation labs where the students can do some experiments. Student can learn while doing. So we need to develop tinkering labs, fabrication labs, business incubators. Next, please. Now they have made one change. Actually, what happens in the private institution, particularly, even in the government also, they take revenue expenditure and spend this on the capital expenditure. Revenue income is spent on the capital expenditure. And what happens, that costs the teachers' quality also. That costs the students' facility also. So now they compare capital income with the capital expenditure. And the revenue income with the revenue expenditure. So it will motivate institution to spend more on salaries, more on student facilities. So while you are making your accounts, you cannot look back. Once it is published, once it is audited.
Sir, audio is not coming.
Everyone, please wait for a second. There is electricity issue. It will be resumed shortly.
जो है मैं ज्वाइन कर
अप्लाई भी है।
लीव। हाँ।
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So sorry for the interruption. You become powerless without power. So I was powerless without power. So now we are rejoining. So thank you very much for your patience. So I think 4.1 I had discussed with you or not, because I don't know when the power went off. Okay. So 4.3 is the sustainability. Till now, education was taken as a zero profit business, zero profit activity. But now they think that without having corpus, you cannot have your own fund, because you cannot get always the outside funds. You must have your own funds also for planning your development. So creation of corpus and diversification of investments are going to be the parameters. Those details will come soon, but these are going to be the parameters. Then financial controls and risk management. Financial internal audits, we are already having external state audits, we are already having, is a risk management approaches. There is always a risk in technology, risk of obsolescence, So the institution should have a provision for risk management, because one day your labs will obsolete, your IT will become obsolete. So you have to plan your risk, or you have to introduce the new courses, emerging new changes. So we have to plan, we have to foresee the risk, and we have to make the financial management for coping with, with those risks. Yeah, next slide, please. Teaching learning strategy is a group learning, individual learning, game-based learning, peer teaching. I always give weightage to two things. One is a peer teaching. I suggest we can have a three type of mentors. One is a teacher mentor. For technical institution, we can appoint our alumni as a industrial mentors. And third could be the peer mentors. So there's a question what we can do for advanced learners. I suggest they can be the mentor of the peer group, and you can give them certificates, so that will help them in their further career also, that this student peer mentored 10 students, 5 students. So the peer teaching or peer mentoring could be. Then game-based learning, particularly the management department should focus on the games-based learning or simulation-based learning. For the medical colleges, medical universities, and for the technical departments, they may have the simulation. So this list is indicative, not the exhaustive. So they've given certain samples that what type of teaching learning strategy we may have. It may vary from the topic to topic. It may vary from the syllabus to syllabus. You can give them certificates, so that will help them in their further career also. That peer mentor, 10 students, 5 students. See, the peer teaching or peer mentoring could be. Then game-based learning, particularly the management department should focus on the games-based learning or simulation-based learning. And the medical colleges, medical universities, and the technical department, they have the simulation. So this list is indicative, not exhaustive. They've given certain samples. What type of the recording is on. May vary from topic, it may vary from the you can give them certificates, so that we help them in their
The voice is not clear.
Peer mentor, 10 students, 5 students. See, the peer teaching or peer mentor is then game-based learning, particularly the management department should focus on the game-based learning.
Voice not audible.
Please discontinue the recording of the. We are listening the recording of the meeting. It should not be. Okay. Okay. So now the LMS. LMS, as I always say, it is going to be a substitute learning platform. Who can't come to the class for any reason, he must have the same facility available on the LMS. Sharing teaching materials, submission of assignments, assessment of outcomes, blended learning support. The student can opt for both the process. So our LMS must have all 4 quadrants, whether it is online or is offline. It is talking of the assessment of outcomes also. So till that level, your LMS must be strong. Then assessment outcomes. Again, the assessment could be also based on various parameters: open exam, MCQ, portfolio, case study. So what teaching methodology we are using, we can also use the various method of assessment also. It could be case study method, it could be problem solving method, it could be open book system, it could be MCQ. So assessment outcomes has been also given a proper good weightage of 20 marks. Then academic grievance redressal. First thing is, there must be a standard SOP and standard system. And there must be a record also. So sharing copies of answer script, retotaling, revaluation. In many, I suggest these are again indicative. So while you are opting for it, you see your convenience also. Likewise, CBSE does not allow revaluation, seeing that bulk of copies they assess. Likewise, many universities don't allow retotaling. So again, it is indicative. Please select as per your own requirement, that it does not create any problem on the further. But we must have a grievance system, and we must have a grievance redressal SOP as well. Next, please. Catering to the diversity. They are talking of the teaching on the individual, as per the individual requirement. Because your group is diversified. So inclusive remedial teaching. First thing is the remedial teaching, then peer assisted teaching, then multi-sensory remedial teaching, skill-based teaching, individualized teacher interventions, language barrier remedial classes. We can have certain classes where you can use both the languages, your regional language as well as the standard language English and you are using. Then adherence to the academic calendar. University can make their own academic calendars and the affiliated colleges has to follow that calendar. But 180 teaching days is to be ensured. For that, we don't have any autonomy. So teaching days cannot be less than 180. Otherwise, academic calendar can be developed by the universities and followed by the affiliated colleges. Then industry academia linkages. I suggest we can find out certain topics for which we can invite officially, we can make a list and officially we can find the experts, and a certain portion of the curriculum can be given by the industry experts. Field visits, and after not only the field visit, after the field visit, the field report also. Collaborative workshops, internships, industrial visits. So this is how we have to develop the strong linkages with the industry and academy. Next, please. Again, it is promoting the students' activities, technical clubs. The students can have their own electrical engineering, students may have their own clubs. Pharmacists may have their own clubs. If you're talking about the medical university, cardiologists may have their own club. So it can be, we should promote the domain clubs. So a student will informally also learn their own domains. Then organizing technical fest is also one of the parameter. What the Dr. Radhakrishnan report said, that 25% learning takes place in the class. 75% you learn from the society, peers, and industry and interactions. So students' interaction through technical fest, involvement of industry body. We can have some chapters also, professional body chapters also in our camp. So, or teachers can be motivated to become members of professional bodies. Institutions can subsidize their membership, if not fully endorsing. Then value education. Number of courses in value education. I think the VSCs are the good platform where you can have the value education. And number of lectures and seminar. Again, it can be planned in the calendar that how many value education lectures you are going to organize. And some VSCs can be organized on value education. Then cultural clubs and activities. There's a music club, painting club, photography club. So these type of clubs can be promoted, and they may be motivated to organize their events where the students from other institutions also participate. Next. Mental health club. It is a new challenge before the student community. When we were the students, we never thought of stress and anxiety. But now we are seeing, I'm from Rajasthan, so I listen many news from the Kota, students committing suicide, taking drugs. Taking drug is also part of the mental health. So we must have the regular yoga, meditation activities, and weekly, fortnightly, daily, as per your requirement, you can have the psychologist or psychological counselors also. And it must be on record because it is all QNM. So for everything, they will ask the record. Sports club, teams and activities. Normally, what I'm seeing in the criteria 5, most of the institutions are not that strong because the students' activity is not their priority area. But now the students' activities are to be promoted. Then community-related activities, including UBA, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. So they have given certain examples. Again, it is indicative, not the exhaustive. I shall not read out the whole list, but adoption of village is the very important. And you are adopting a village. I always say most of the institutions don't get good score in the best practices because what they claim is not measurable, which is not identifiable. So whatever activity you do, please, it's because we don't talk of community service. We are going to clean any village. It is okay, good. But the main purpose is to develop the habit of cleanliness among the villagers. If you're not able to develop that habit, your community service is not achieving its objective. So whatever good thing you are doing, please make some verifiable data for that. Disease-free village support, for example, or suppose Indian women have a general problem of anemia. You can take a target group. You can distribute the iron tablets. You can distribute the vitamin. It is all available freely. You make a study after 6 months. You find that higher alumni, higher the HB. So these are the measurable outcomes. So try to make your outcome, because when you talk of the social and community participation, assessors always ask for the impact. So you make your data showing the impact of your activity. Next, please.
Hello, sir. Yeah. Can we have a doubt here?
Hello?
Yes, sir. If for mapping all these activities to program outcome is possible?
Madam, actually what happens in program outcomes, normally we include 4 things. Your program outcomes include the academics. Your program outcome includes research. Your program outcome includes ethical values. Your program outcome includes social concern also, social commitment also. So it can be mapped. And I think the best way we can give certain credit to community service, we can make a framework for that. So
No,
in
the
that way,
first thing
because
which we faced during one audit is, apart from regular courses in curriculum, they are not accepting this to be mapped to program outcomes, because all the subjects in the curriculum cannot be mapped to so many program outcomes like engineer and society, this teamwork and all. But the NBA visit experts, they are not accepting.
Madam, actually program outcomes has to have the 4 parameters. As I told you, it must have all 4 parameters. So you have to justify that parameter 4 is linked with this social activity, social commitment or community service. Again, I said it is a very difficult to measure the individual contribution. The problem comes here. But your POs, if you see, you will have the 4 components, and we can try to align with our community services. Any confusion on this? Actually, madam, what happens, unfortunately, your peer team visit cannot be 100% objective. It is to be somewhere subjective. This is the weakness, and this is always when the human intervention is there. So we have to convince the peer team. Some teams may be convinced, some team may not be convinced, but we should mature our system that on the what ground they have not accepted. But I think it can be aligned. Okay, next slide, please. Statutory compliance and disclosures. So these statutory compliances are given the weightage first time. So now, likewise, the efficiency of the minutes of meeting, annual reports, academic regulations. So now it is an era of self-disclosure. So UGC has given a list of self-disclosure that 10, 15 documents are to be disclosed. So whether it's your committees, statutory committees, particularly like a POSH committee, like anti-ragging committee, their minutes, their academic bodies, then annual reports, and curriculum regulations are already part of the disclosure. So these should have the disclosure. I think most of the institutions are working on this. But now we can add disclosure of minutes of statutory committees also. I think now we are not, till now, most of the institutions are not disclosing the minutes of statutory committees. We are disclosing BOM minutes, we are disclosing AC minutes, other IQAC minutes, but we are not disclosing the minutes of MOM of statutory committees. So this can be also added. Institutional development plan. It is very important, and it can be made under IQAC, and we can make a subcommittee. We can make a subcommittee where we can make the other stakeholders also member of that committee, because they want stakeholders' involvement in the formulation of IDP. So this can be done through IQAC, but precisely we can do it through forming a subcommittee under IQAC, and where you can make the stakeholders members and you can record their opinions. So on that basis, if you develop any IDP, naturally it will be taken there. It will be taken as a participation of stakeholders. So this is how we can plan one IDP. And IDP must have a long-term goals, short-term goals, and always we should mention the resources, availability of the resources, because when you are working on the budget, they give the target, they allot the budget also. So how the IDP will be achieved? And your IDP is a public document. It must be displayed on the website. Then regular academic and administrative audits. Audits primarily can be done internally, and it must be periodically, one in each year or one in 2 years. You can have the external audits also. So this will give transparency to your working. Next slide, please. E-governance. Now it is an era of ERP. We cannot think of e-governance for exam, e-governance for this, e-governance. There must be an ERP. So particularly the complaint management system, likewise, I think most of the institutions have online complaint platform for offenses like anti-ragging or sexual offenses. So there must be online platform Then your accounts must be digitalized as far as possible. The payment must be made online. Student support services. And the your government has promoted a one platform. It is not the, sorry, it is sorry for the typological mistake. It is a Samarth use of, not summer. It is a use of Samarth. So these platform can be also used. Then again, I'm saying student and employee welfare. I think the student insurance could be one measure of the welfare. In government, it is mandatory that students should be insured. Then for employees, we can think of festival loans, group insurance, medical insurance, group gratuity. One thing which I find lacking in most of the private university, it is a maternity leave as per the state study directions. It is a 6 months paid leave. And there is no excuse for any reason. So we should frame various leave policies, academic leave policies, sabbatical leave policies. So we must focus on the, because students' welfare is mentioned in a very limited way. But it more focuses on the welfare of the teachers and employees. So we need to form certain schemes. Likewise, the university and college can get empaneled with some good hospital. They can provide subsidized services to your employers. So there are various ways through which you can ensure these scores. Next, please. Grievance handling mechanism. One is a examination related grievances. These are the specific grievances. Ombudsman is mandatory. Ombudsman must be an outsider, and it must be formally appointed. Counseling center. So that's why every center must have its own record of complaints and all mechanism and SOP also. And whether there's an offense or not. Because there are two things. One is a corrective, second is a remedial or preventive. So whether it's anti-sexual harassment, anti-ragging, don't wait offense to commit. What preventive activities can be done by the each council, by the each committee? So we should plan certain preventive activities. So these are, so first thing is there must be a committee, there must be a timeline, there must be SOP, and more importantly, there must be a provision of appeal. Because like POSH has a quasi-judicial powers, so there must be scope of appeal also. Then quality assurance system. There's a norms for the NAAC. It must have different stakeholders. And actually, every quality initiative should be initiated by the IQSA. IQSA is a brain of the institution. It plans, it perceives, and it plans and perceives based on the feedback. Because ultimately we are running an institution for the benefit of stakeholders. So stakeholders' participation in our quality assessment system is very important. And every ranking, every accreditation exercise, any major initiative, any student satisfaction survey should be initiated by our quality assurance system, which we normally call IQAC. Next, please. Effective leadership. How the leadership starts? First, you must have a hierarchy chart with the responsibilities and powers without ambiguity. Then delegation of authority. And the new thing has come. Without financial delegation, the delegation is not complete. So there must be not only delegation of administrative authority, there must be a delegation of financial authorities also. And yes. So one thing can be done as per the requirement of your university or institution. You can delegate financial powers to different administrative level, and to ensure the proper use of these funds, you can ensure a continuous internal audit. So it will strengthen your working. So financial delegation of authority is also well defined, well planned. Then national international collaborations. Now we believe that getting collaboration is not something great, because everybody is having collaboration. Now they talk of the activities done under the collaboration. What is the outcome of the collaboration? They always ask for the outcome of the collaboration. So it helps in the debt curve. Suppose if you have the collaboration with any European education agency, education institution, you will have the access to the European funds as well. So joint research will mobilize funds also for you. Likewise, mentoring, where I'm sitting as a A++ institution. As a social concern, as a CSR, we can start mentoring for the sister institute, neighboring institution, or any institution which needs mentoring from us. So mentoring is also given a proper weightage. Collaborative research. So for collaborative research, the easiest way of proving it, encourage writing joint research paper. Your faculty should join any other institution professor for publication of the paper. It will help both the institution. It will come under the collaborative research. Then you can have the joint programs also. One semester can be done. Even it can. When we think of the joint programs, we always think in the terms of international. No. We can have some joint program with the CU also, with some South Indian University also. That one semester he'll be studying here, he'll be studying here. This could be. So we can have joint program within the India and outside the India as well. Efforts for employability. So now the placement is not an activity. It's not a single activity. It is a full activity. You make, the class teachers make you, strengthen you technically. But for the life skills, how to speak, how to present yourself, body language, informal communication, personality development, this all has to be taken care by the placement. And there must be a curriculum also. There must be a module, how you will train a student for jobs. Then campus interviews, participation of students in the campus placement activities, placement drives. These are things which will promote the employability. Then the faculty retention, I'm saying. Faculty retention has given 10 weightages for last 3 years. When you come for the maturity base, it could be for 5 years. So we have to ensure the policies to promote the faculty retention. For example, one is a strategy and second is a precaution. Suppose somebody wants to leave you after 9 months. You can request him to continue for the 10 months because only then he will be considered as a faculty. So when somebody is seeking the appointment, you request them to be there at least for 10 months because 6 months will become zero man day for you. So this is how we can first make a policy that people want to work with you. And second, take some preventive measures when taking interview. You ask them that at least they must serve for the 10 months. Next. until unless we do something specific for, a good question has come. The bond can be executed once you organize some official training. You don't allow him to work. He's only trained. Yes. So likewise in NDA, if you are going for a training, or IAS, you are going to training and you want to leave, because in training you don't work. You are only trained. So in that case, we can ask for a bond also. Now deliberately I've shown these three. Actually, what happens? Earlier, there was one lacuna in the assessment. The students may have 3-4 futures after passing. He can get job. He can go for higher studies. He can get self-employment, particularly in the case of doctors. He can be entrepreneur. But one area was left out, that he can join his family business also. So the family business was not covered. So now they've put into the one category, that is a graduate progression. It covers placement, employment, self-employment, entrepreneur. So for family business, I suggest, because it is all evidence-based, family business is you can have the Aadhaar card of the student. Aadhaar card will show his father's name. Then you can have the shop registration certificate. So if I am working in some shop, it is owned by my father and it is proven by my Aadhaar card. So in that case, we can have the Aadhaar card, shop registration certificate of the student, then we can say he has joined the family business. So then the land holding papers will be. It does not stop the scope of manipulation, frankly speaking. You can take the precaution. If I'm saying I am indulged in the farming, I'll have to prove that my father or my family has a land. So in that case, you have a shop. Here you can your khatedari papers or whatever evidence you have for the agricultural land. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes. Yeah, next slide. Next, please. Awards, prizes, recognitions in curricular and extended curricular ideas. So in SOP, you will find these awards should be given by the state, regional, national, international activities. What we do, we waste our time as well as the next time we some certificate given by Rotary Club or some Rotary Club is established club. In some small clubs, you submit a certificate. These certificates will not be accepted. Likewise, particularly I'm talking about the sports events. If any sports event is not recognized by the sports council or the sports board of that particular, likewise, yes, like chess association, likewise boxing association, these certificates will not be accepted otherwise. Then students enrollment ratio against the section intake. So again, we have to plan in what I'm seeing when I visit so many engineering colleges. Limited admissions in civil, limited admissions in electrical, but the intake is 60. So where is possible, we can surrender the additional strength. Universities can reduce their own strength, and when required, they can increase. And for the other, I suggest if you are not getting admission in any, because it will affect your students' enrollment ratio. You get students or you don't get. You must have teachers as per the sanctioned strength. Whether you get 1 student or 60 students. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. No, sir. No, sir. In that case, yeah. What very good opinion, sir. But what I suggest, suppose you are not getting admission in MEd, and neither you are able to run it, nor you are able to close it. Yes. So better allow it to die. Before it dies it kills you. You can again, if you get demand, you can again go for MEd. MEd affiliation is not something rocket science. You can get it. But till then, it will harm you. So my suggestion is, we are not getting enough admissions. These programs and courses can be discontinued. Because if academically non-viable, sometimes it's financially also non-viable. Then students alumni learning experiences. Now I think in the future, presently what was happening, they were taking survey of 1 year, present students. Now they can take survey from the last 3 years students also. So we need to make data for last 3 years students, which includes present student and 2 years alumni. And learning experience, as I suggested, many of your alumni are, and it is the best way of associating alumni, you can request them to be industrial mentors of your students. So the strength, they will feel also aligned with the institution. Next, please. So what I say, actually, sir, the standard benchmark, this benchmark is not given by the NAAC, based on my personal research. Your alumni strength must be 4 times of your present strength. If you are more than 10 years old institution, if you have 2,500 students, your alumni base must be around 10,000. It cannot be it is indicative, based on my experience. Second thing is involvement of your alumni. I again stress, sir, we can have 3 mentors for each student, and we can allot mentor at the time of admission. One is the teacher mentor. Second is a peer mentor. This is how you can use and promote your advanced learners. Third is a industrial mentors. You don't do anything. You simply send his score sheets to your industrial mentor. He will feel associated. He will feel committed. So this is how we can strengthen our alumni base and how we can make them committed to our university or institution. External research grants. It can be government funded, it could be non-government funded from industry, industrial houses. What happens? Sometimes we get non-government fundings. But in that case, we must follow the SOP of the government. I see sometimes you applied, they gave the grant. No, when they are asking for the research, when you submit the proposal, how the proposal is assessed, how the money is received, and how the project completed, and how you submitted the UC. If you do all these exercises, only then your non-government funding will be accepted. Same with the seed money also. Seed money must be transferred online. It must have some outcome. It must have a UC. UC means it is certified by the chartered accountant. Then research publication. We know it is already the parameter we know. Then research quality. This time they are talking of the HDI of the institution. So not only the quality, not only the quantity, now they are encouraging the quality of research also. PhD awarded. PhD awarded per full-time teacher. So our first strategy should be that most of our teachers become eligible research supervisors. We must motivate them to do research, to get themselves PhD, have the publications, because per full-time teacher, this burden can't be left on certain teachers, particularly in the universities. every person who has done 3 year service or 5 year service as per the statutes, everyone must be eligible to become PhD research supervisor after a certain cooling period, certain period of experience. Then research fellowships. We can have the JRF, SRF, and institutions can their own fellowships having the same SOP what the JRF and SRF has. Here the SOP is very important. SOP and your banking transactions. If your SOP is proper, if this fellowship is properly transacted through bank entries, bank transactions, university must have their own research fellowships also. Next, please. Facilitating IPR. It is talking of the IPR. They are suggesting that your PhD thesis can be also registered. Then promotion of IPR. Workshops on the IPR. These you can very well understand, because what is happening? Actually, in publication, if I'm correct, we stand either second or third in the world. But if we talk of the commercialization of the research, we stand nowhere. So it means most of the research may sound quality research, but it's not a practical research. So now, to promote a practical research, which can be used in our day-to-day life, they are promoting IPR. It carries a very heavy weightage. 45, you can understand. Publications are only carrying 20 marks, and IPR is having 45. So it includes IPR activities also, but we can understand the thrust of the NAAC. Thrust is on preparation and dissemination of our research experience. Then consultancy and trainings. MDPs, FDPs, EDPs, through which the revenue generated. We cannot have the shortcut that you start charging your own faculty. I think this cannot be ethically good. But we must have that standard MDPs, EDPs, and FDPs that outside people participate in that. And revenue generation is one of the important criteria. Number of training programs. So again, the outcome is revenue generation. Otherwise, what will happen? We organize so many FDPs. We are organized for our own faculty. But if you are able to organize FDP for the outsiders, it establishes your credentials that people and society trust you. So we must plan FDPs, MDPs for open FDPs, which can bring revenue to the institution. Without having revenue, it will not have a proper weightage. You can have maximum, after 15, you can have 1 or 2 weightages, because every score has up to 4 weightages. You can have 1 or 2, but you cannot have 4 unless you generate revenue out of this activity. Next. Community activities. NCC, NSS. Then many government supported, likewise Swachhta Abhiyan, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Previously it was Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Then, and 2 things here we have to concentrate. One, as far as possible, make your community activity collaborative. Any club, any industry, it must have a collaboration. And the very important, equally important, though not mentioned here, and which will be considered when the QLM comes, the impact of those activities. Then next is waste and water management. Wastewater management within the campus, outside the campus also, because we are committed for the area where we are working. There are different type of waste, e-waste, biomedical waste, solid waste, liquid waste, chemical waste. Even chemical waste has to have a SOP and a proper way of disposal. And last but not the least,
Sir,
I've seen some
sorry.
institutions,
Sir,
they have a
sorry,
paper
sorry to
waste
interrupt you.
recycling.
Sir,
They are all stationery are processed and reused by the institution. And it gets a very, very high encouragement from the NAAC peer team. Next, please. Progressing towards net zero. Actually, what we do, wind energy, biogas plant, wheeling to the grid. Wheeling to the grid, I think we understand. We have excess electricity and we supply back it to the grid. Sensor-based energy. Use of LED. We can have the bio toilets also in new buildings. When I was, so this is how we can move towards the net zero. Then green audit and initiatives. Actually, what we do, up till now, we had a green audit and the work is done. But now they talk of the green audit compliances also. What are so first thing is, and not only for green audit, for every audit, please find somebody who is legally authorized to do these audits. What happens? Many institutions go for these audits to the bodies which are not properly recognized by the QCI. So their audit will not be considered by the NAAC. So my request is, when you are approaching anyone for audit, whether it's the IUSA audit, or the green audit, is the energy audit, environment audit, all must be done by an authorized auditor, by a trained auditor. And after audit, please ensure compliance of the green audit recommendations. Clean green campus, use of electrical vehicles, beyond campus activities. You can have plantation outside the campus. You can maintain the outside water bodies also. So the section 10 about the outcome 10, the 10th parameter is related to the SDG goals, which is a high priority internationally. Yes, sir. Next slide. So thank you very much for the patient hearing, and it was great to be with you all. So I'm here open for interaction. Any questions from your side, please?
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
Sir, I'm Dr. Kavita from Mada Dental College, Chennai. Actually, our institution had a peer team visit on 3rd and 4th October 2024, sir. We got it accredited. And every year we will be submitting this AQAR, sir. So after 5 years, do we have peer team visit or only paper submission, sir?
I could not get your question, madam. You are first thing, you are an institution or university?
Institution, sir.
Okay, so what you are saying, you are when you
Sir,
got your
we
accreditation?
got it accreditation. We got in October 2024, sir.
Okay, 24.
October 2024. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Maturity. We had the peer team visit.
Yeah.
Every year we will be submitting AQAR, sir, now.
Yes, madam.
And after 5 years, do we have peer team visit, sir, like which has happened? That is in the maturity-based accreditation.
Actually, madam, what was the intention initially? You know that AQR is as broad as SSR.
Yes, sir.
So initially they were planning that you submit your 5 years AQR, and once your data is freeze, only peer team visit will come.
Okay,
but
sir.
since the NAAC is changing many things, so your data may not be fully used, because once you are going for, instead of 7 to 10 criteria, in that case you will have to submit the QNM and QLM both.
Oh, okay. So
Otherwise,
peer team visit will happen, sir.
Pardon, ma'am?
Peer team visit will happen after 5 years, sir.
No, actually for institution, the peer team visit has been discontinued. It is always online visit.
Oh, okay.
For
Only
universities,
online.
it is a partly offline, partly is hybrid. partly offline,
Okay.
partly online, but for institutions, it is purely online.
Oh, okay. Every year we need to submit that annual quality insurance report.
Yep. Okay, madam. Thank you. Next
Okay,
question.
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir,
Yes, sir, please.
sir, DVB process is now included or excluded in the new process, sir?
Sir, DVV process, of course, will be there, because otherwise, how they will authenticate your data? Actually, they want to limit the role of peer team. They want to increase the role of DVV. So modality is not clear, but the way they formed the committee, it will have hybrid, means it will be assessed by the DVV, it will assess by the, so even in the online peer team widget, there will be separate score for the QLM, separate score for the QNM. So I hope that DVV will continue, because otherwise, how they will authenticate your data? Because all data you cannot fetch from AISHA.
Sir, one more question, that maturity-based grading is also in pipeline, sir?
Maturity-based grading is for you, sir, who are already in the NAAC process. When actually binary is made mandatory only for those who are new to the NAAC. First timers, they will not enter the process, because the entering the process creates a pressure on the institutions. They are not aware of the system of the NAAC. And through the binary system, they will expose it to the NAAC system. And but the same data will be used when they will be eligible for maturity based. So binary system, you have to work with the full dedication and caution as you are entering for the NAAC, real NAAC assessment process, because your data will freeze. You will not be able to change your data at the later stage. Yes. Okay, next question.
Hello, sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much. It's an wonderful session.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt on that. Sir, you have said that we have the NAAC having institutes need to go with maturity based, right? So whether have a difference between the binary and maturity metrics and the criteria have different, or same 10 criteria will be there for the maturity based also?
Yeah, 1 minute,
have
madam.
any
1 minute,
different?
yeah, I was just replying. Hello? Yes. Good afternoon. I'm in meeting. Okay. Will you please repeat your question? There was some diversion. Yes. Distraction. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Actually, binary aggregation and maturity based, you have said. So we are in a maturity based, under the maturity based system. Whether have the difference between the both criteria metrics and these 10 only applicable for both systems, or have any difference?
Madam, I think for QNM, there will be no change.
Okay.
For QLM, they can ask for the compliance of previous peer team report or peer team recommendations. But otherwise, if you have different metrics for the maturity-based system, then then there's no purpose of binary system. Binary system that you must have the exposure of the metrics.
Okay.
So it is premature for me to declare it officially, but I can say that what I perceive and how I'm working with the NAAC, maturity based will have the same QNM, same quality metrics what the binary system has.
Sir, NAAC released any manuals or any templates regarding this? Because we have searching everywhere,
No,
but we didn't.
even not that which I am discussing.
Okay.
So they're not declared anything.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Sir, for the new institution, suppose if they are going for binary accreditation, and for the next cycle, will they enter into maturity based, or they can be still in binary based?
No, madam, it is like you take admission in the primary, then you get to the secondary. It is once you become eligible, you will enter in the maturity base. So I think what we see, it could be the 5-year assessment, 2 years already assessed, and 3 years next. Because for 2 years, you are not getting any grade. For good institutions which are eligible to get 3.5, 3.6, they will use the same data or they have to use the same data for the maturity-based accreditation. So I think it is in two parts, 2 years and 3 years plus. Though the manual is not final, so I cannot say anything authoritatively, but it is going to be 5 years, 2 years binary, 3 years remaining part.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any
Hello,
other
sir.
question?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Sir,
afternoon.
this year we have to submit the AQR, sir. For that, we have to 10 or 10 criteria or old process, the 7 criteria, sir.
Sir, till the AQR format is not changed by the
Okay.
NAAC, you have to submit the same information in the same format.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
So you have to work at the 2 levels. You have to prepare your AQR. You have to get ready for next metrics also, new metrics also. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Anything else?
Sir, one more doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, suppose for the second cycle, if it is in online, visit is in online, then how can they verify the qualitative aspects? Sir, normally in DVB, we used to share the QNM part.
I also share your concern. I don't also fully agree that quality can be assessed online, but we are helpless. It is already decided. You cannot smell a rose on TV screen. But unfortunately, it has been implemented. So, and I think this is the only country in the world where we have online assessment, quality assessment online. So I think we are reaching to the timeline. Any other question? One question I can take the last bus, please.
Sir, after binary system, how many years you can wait for the next maturity based level, sir? For example, they are given 2 years. You have to wait 2 years, or we can
For the new,
for 1 year and we can go for maturity.
Are you asking for the new manual?
Yeah, new revision, the binary system. I am from Symbiosis.
Either
University.
director or God can say. It is a big change, so highly debated. So
Okay, okay.
So thank you very much, and it was great to
Thank
meet
you,
all.
sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks to PSQ. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, there is one more question, sir, from YouTube live session. They asking is there is grading of institution in maturity-based system.
Madam, I told in one of my slides, they have changed the nomenclature. Now it is
Okay.
I've given the 5 names. It finally is a globally recognized. They have put the 5 categories. Different levels. They have changed the A, but again it is a grading. They have given the 5 grades under the maturity-based system.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you,
Go
sir.
through my slide. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Best wishes.
Thank you, sir, for the excellent presentation. Thank you so much. Dear participants, thank you for your support and active participation. Now we share the feedback for e-certificate in chat box.
Ma'am, shall we get this PPT?
We'll check it with you.
Will you share with us?
We will check it, let you know, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੱਜ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਤੋਂ